Imagine waking up one day, unlocking your phone, and checking your investment account. Not expecting much, just another normal day. But instead of seeing a few dollars or a small return, you see a number that makes you pause. You blink, refresh the screen, and check again, just to make sure it's real. Thousands of dollars, maybe even more, built from something so small that most people wouldn't even take it seriously. All of it coming from a simple habit that took less than a minute a day. Now here's the real question. What if that habit started back in 2015? And what if it was just $1 a day invested into Bitcoin? Back in 2015, Bitcoin wasn't what it is today. It wasn't trending on social media, it wasn't being discussed by major influencers, and it definitely wasn't something the average person was excited about. In fact, most people either ignored it completely or thought it was some kind of internet scam that would eventually disappear. At that time, Bitcoin was trading somewhere between $200 and $300. It felt insignificant, almost irrelevant, and certainly not like something that could change someone's financial future. But this is exactly where the story begins. Not with hype, not with excitement, but with doubt and uncertainty. Now imagine a different version of yourself in that moment. You don't try to predict the market, you don't wait for the perfect time, and you don't invest a large amount of money. Instead, you make a simple decision. Every single day, no matter what happens, you invest just $1 into Bitcoin. It doesn't matter if the price goes up or down. It doesn't matter what the news says, and it doesn't matter what other people think. You stay consistent, quietly building your position while the rest of the world either ignores it or reacts emotionally to every small price movement. At first, nothing exciting happens. Days turn into weeks, weeks turn into months, and your investment still feels small. It's easy to lose motivation during this phase because there are no dramatic gains and no instant rewards. This is the stage where most people quit because it feels like nothing is happening. But what most people don't realize is that this is where the real foundation of wealth is being built, slowly and silently. Then something begins to change. As the years pass, Bitcoin starts gaining attention. By 2017, the price begins to rise rapidly, climbing higher and higher until it reaches nearly $20,000. Suddenly, everyone is talking about it. News channels, social media, friends, even people who never cared about investing are now asking how to get in. But while others are rushing in driven by excitement and fear of missing out, you've already been there for years. You didn't chase the hype. You built your position long before it arrived. Of course, the story doesn't stay perfect. After that massive rise, the market crashes. Bitcoin drops sharply, losing a huge portion of its value. This is the moment where most people panic. They sell their investments, accept their losses, and walk away convinced that it was all a mistake. But your strategy doesn't change. You continue investing $1 every single day. In fact, during the crash, your $1 buys even more Bitcoin than before. While others see fear, you unknowingly benefit from lower prices. This approach has a name, and it's called dollar cost averaging. It's a strategy that removes the need to time the market perfectly. Instead of trying to predict when prices will rise or fall, you invest consistently over time, allowing the market's ups and downs to balance out. It may not sound exciting, but it's incredibly powerful because it protects you from emotional decisions, which are often the biggest reason people lose money. As time moves forward, Bitcoin rises again. By 2020 and 2021, it reaches new highs, breaking past previous records and capturing global attention once more. This time, however, the difference is massive. You're not just watching from the sidelines, and you're not entering late. You've been building your investment steadily for years, accumulating Bitcoin at both low and high prices. Your average cost remains relatively low, and as the price increases, the value of your investment grows significantly. Now let's look at the numbers. Investing $1 a day for around 10 years adds up to roughly $3,650. For many people, that doesn't sound like a life-changing amount. But because of Bitcoin's growth over time and the power of consistent investing, that small total could turn into tens of thousands of dollars, depending on market conditions. Not because you were lucky, not because you had special knowledge, but simply because you stayed consistent when others didn't. So now the question shifts from the past to the present. What if you started today? Not in 2015, not years ago, but right now. The next 5 or 10 years will pass no matter what you do, or the only difference is whether you choose to use that time to build something or let it slip by without action. Because one day, you might find yourself in that exact moment, opening your phone, checking your account, and seeing a number that once felt impossible. And when that happens, it won't be because of a single decision you made overnight. It will be because of hundreds, even thousands of small decisions that you chose to repeat every single day.